This is KI0AR. Does anyone need to use the repeater systems before I begin this evening's Colorado Astronomy Net? Please go ahead now.
Hey, buddies, good evening. KI0AR for I'm back in town, so just got back yesterday evening from a 2,500-mile road trip. Let me know if you need anything. If you want to check me as a check-in there for the net tonight, here I am. KI0AR, KE0VH Fleet Ridge.
All right, Jack. Yeah, I got you on the list. The what is it? The 448350 repeater up. Jack, would you try that again? You were real broken up. Jack, yeah, you were still broken up, but I flipped over to the I'm on the 449 repeater, the K1 DUN repeater right now. So on the analog side, I flipped over to the Wires X repeater, and I did not hear anything, so I'm assuming that it's still down. So I will be over there. Let's see. Let's see. Let me get the net rolling. Calling the Colorado Astronomy Net. Calling the Colorado Astronomy Net. This is KI0AR. My name is Bernice, and I'll be your net control for this evening's Colorado Astronomy Net. Just a reminder, the 3-minute timeout function is still in effect, so during long transmissions, please allow the repeater systems to reset themselves. Also, please use the word break for emergency or prior to traffic. If there is any emergency or prior to traffic, please go ahead now. Okay, nothing heard. This is KI0AR Net Control for the Colorado Astronomy Net. I take check-ins several ways. If you have NetLogger, you can hop over there and I'll see your call sign pop up in the AIM window, and I'll get you checked in right away. If you have YouTube, I am on broadcasting on YouTube tonight as well, and I already have a few check-ins over there, so thanks for that, guys. Let's see, I'll acknowledge if there are any people over on YouTube that do not have a call sign, that's fine. If you are listening, if you don't have a call sign, like I said, that's fine. You can post your first name and location. If you do have a call sign but have a funky name, then a call sign would be greatly appreciated over there, so I can get you logged on as well. So I do appreciate that. Right now I'm catching up with a whole bunch of call signs already on the list, so let me get that rolling. And then I will go ahead and acknowledge, let's see, a whole bunch of people. Also, I will take them over the air in just a minute. And I will take them via email if you don't have all of that. So right now I am going to acknowledge Doug, K0ATP, thanks for checking in tonight. Jack, KE0VH, thanks for checking in tonight. Ken, NV7SS, thanks for checking in tonight. And over on YouTube, we got Steven, KM6VAY, thanks for checking in tonight. Mike, KO5AOK, thanks for checking in tonight. Graham, MM1DEA, thanks for checking in tonight. Jose, KJ5MEL, thanks for checking in tonight. We got Chad, KF0UUC, thanks for checking in tonight. And a new call on the list. I think that's probably a new call on the ham bands as well. So welcome to the Colorado Astronomy Net and welcome to the ham bands. QRZ does not have your information up yet. KE6 FKB, Foxtrot Kilowatt Bravo, saw you over on NetLogger, so thanks for that. Hopefully you're listening in. I'm going to let this thing reset and I'll get right back to you. So KE6FKB, welcome to the Colorado Astronomy Net. If you could post your first name and location, city and state would be fine. I will add that to the list and welcome you aboard as well. And if you've got a radio, I'd love to hear from you. Let's see. So I'll just go ahead and call you. Again, my name is Bernice. That's Bravo, Uniform, Romeo, November, Echo, Sierra, Sierra, and the call sign, Kilowatt, India, 0. Excuse me, India, Romeo. What is my KI0AR? I got all tongue-tied there. I always like to check in with my first-time check-ins and find out what your background interest in astronomy is. Whether you're just starting out in astronomy or you've been doing it for decades or somewhere in between. I've been doing the net for almost 30 years. We're coming up 1 month shy of our 30-year anniversary. So looking forward to that milestone. But right now, KE6FKB, if you could, if you're on the radio, please tell us a little bit about your background interest in astronomy. Go ahead, please. All right, we'll check back. Hopefully, KE6FKB will touch base with us momentarily, but welcome anyway. Let's see. All right, I think that covers everybody that I see so far. So I'll go ahead and open up the net. Anybody else? Anybody wishing to check into tonight's Colorado Astronomy Net, please call with your call sign phonetically twice. Okay, good evening to you, Mark. KF0VXO, thanks for checking in tonight. Anyone else wishing to check into tonight's Colorado Astronomy Net, please call with your call sign phonetically twice. All right, I'll get into the announcements. Oh, let's see. I publish a monthly astronomy newsletter via email and the World Wide Web. If you wish to subscribe to the email version of my newsletter, please send me an email to ki0ar@ki0ar.com and request to be put on the list. Or you may visit the website at www.ki0ar.com/astro.html. And at the top of the web page is also a spot where you may submit your email address and get subscribed to the email version of the newsletter as well. If you don't want to remember all that, just Google my call sign, KI0AR. You'll find a whole bunch of links, including links to the web page and the newsletter. I also volunteer with a youth group called the International Association for Astronomical Studies, a youth group that meets out in Strasburg, Colorado on Friday evenings from 6 until 8 p.m. Always looking for new members, freshmen through senior high school age students interested in astronomy, amateur radio, high-power rocketry, remote control aircraft flying, full-scale aircraft construction, archaeoastronomy, radio astronomy, and balloon launch communications. More than welcome to check out our website at www.iaas.org or visit us on Facebook under the same name, the International Association for Astronomical Studies. Also, a reminder that the Colorado Astronomy Net also has a Facebook page, so hop on there and like us both. Also, the IAAS also has a club call sign, K0AAS. So if you happen to hear us on the ham bands, definitely say hello. And you can ask for the students if it's during their meeting time, for sure, and find out a little bit more from about their activities. They always like to they like to do in their projects, and we need them actually to get on the radio a little bit more, for sure. All right. All right, let's see. What other announcements? Oh, yes, after I let this thing reset. For those of you who might be interested in flight simulations, you may want to check out Jack's YouTube channel, Captain Jack Flight Sim, CapnJackFLTSIM, Captain Jack Flight Sim. Especially if you want to follow along, he flies the big boys. Has a great show along with the flight simming. Lots of talk, lots of chat, things like that. A little bit of music in there as well. Definitely an interesting learning experience as well if you're interested in flight simming. Jack does his flight sims on Mondays and Wednesdays at 6:30 p.m. till whenever he decides to land. He's been busy lately, so you'll have to check that website to see if he's on there on Mondays and Wednesdays. Check that out. And Jack, I hope your workload lightens up a little bit so you can get back to your regular flying. I'm sure you do too. All right, that's all I have for announcements. I saw Rick, VA3RKL, thanks for checking in tonight. And yeah, we have KE6FKBJC. I saw you're monitoring there. I checked the monitors over on NetLogger, so welcome there. Appreciate you checking in. Anyone else wishing to check into tonight's Colorado Astronomy Net before I get into the local astronomical news? Please call KI0AR with your call sign phonetically twice.
Hey, Bernice, this is K0VH. Can I break here for just a moment? K0VH.
You bet, Jack. Go ahead. This is KI0AR.
Yeah, Bernice, I'm just wondering what power level you're at, because I'm monitoring you on 449, 450 as well, and you are not holding the repeater very well. And I don't know if it's you or maybe something with 449, 450. You might see how I'm sounding coming into it, but you are pretty choppy. It's not your usual, clean signal on 449, 450 itself.
All right, Jack, let me check and see what the power level is on this thing. This is KI0AR.
Yeah, and you might comment back to me too, and just make sure between the two of us maybe we can determine if the repeater itself up on Mestahe is having an issue. But yeah, try it now and see what we get.
All right, Jack. Yeah, I'm on high power. Yeah, Jack, I'm on high power. I'm on high power, so that's whatever. I can't forget on this. But your transmissions have been solid copy, except earlier when you checked in, you were very broken. So I'm not sure what's going on. This is KI0AR.
Yeah, I was actually on 4.965 on the digital side, so I'm kind of wondering, if we might have some sort of issue going on, but I'm not sure. Yeah, 4.9, 450 is just not sounding that great tonight, and I'm also I also got a text from another ham who's actually listening via a hotspot somewhere, I think, in New Mexico. Anyway, all right, very good. Let's see what happens here. KI0AR, KE0VH.
All right, Jack. Yeah, I can change frequencies. I've got most all the area ones programmed into my system. So, what would you suggest I switch over to? I'll try that and come back with a radio check. So, everybody, please stand by, and Jack and I are gonna do some radio checking for to see if we can get this good signal here. Let me know, Jack.
Yeah, you sound kind of like you're on the fringe of the am not sure. Let's see, where did this go? You know, 449,600 is right above you, but let me check and see if it is linked into the system. We've got several repeaters not showing up, repeaters that are not showing up on the wire sex side, but we were kind of aware of that. Yeah, okay, 449,600. I'll log in again real quick to make sure everybody is. I'm not seeing it on the main Skyhub link list. And it's being really, okay, there it is. Nope, there it is. All right, it's there. Yeah, why don't you try 449,600 digital, because you're right underneath it. KI0AR, KE0VH.
All right, Jack, this is KI0ARQSY. Okay, KE0VH, KE0VH, this is KI0AR, KI0AR calling.
Yeah, that's 100% better. That's 100% better. You're right underneath that. You won't need to run the watch. In fact, I backed the radio down to this pallet for doing the net. But that being said, yeah, you're solid and clean, and they're both digital and analog. Now remember, because you are digital, there's going to be a bit of a delay. So when you take check-ins, make sure that you know you take check-ins from the analog side as well. But yeah, you're good there. That was solid.
All right, Jack, yeah, I cut back down to mid-power on that one, so I will, yeah, make sure. So I guess for everybody else, key up, count to 2, and then speaking to the mic, I will try to do the same thing as well. And then before you release the PTT switch, or stop talking and then give it another couple of seconds before you release that press to talk switch, and then I'll do the same as well. So yeah, I'll be glad when the other one is back up. All right, Jack, thanks for that, and I will continue on. Let's see, I think I got, I'm not seeing any new check-ins over on YouTube. Anyone over on YouTube, if you are new, that's great. If you're not, that's great too. And if I haven't already acknowledged you one way or another, then say hey over in the chat over on YouTube. And let's see. I'm going to go ahead and get the ball rolling for right now. So get into the local astronomical news for this first week in January. What is, yeah, today's the 6th. Yeah, first week in January. So brand new. Actually, we went over the newsletter last week, but we'll do it this week as well. Start off as usual with the phases of the moon. We had a full moon on the 3rd. So, and that was also a super moon. So if you got out there and saw the full moon, I don't think I did, unfortunately. We got a last quarter moon coming up on the 10th, new moon on the 18th, and a first quarter moon on the 25th. Actually, that full moon, super moon, was the last full moon of a series of 4 super moons. We got the next series of super moons coming up in the fall. I will definitely let you know, September, October time frame. So we'll look forward to that. The moon was at perigee, its closest approach to the Earth this month. Back on the 1st, it was 223,910 miles from Earth. The moon will be at apogee, its closest approach to the Earth, this month on the 13th. It will be 251,000. 928 miles from Earth. Okay, yeah, I saw that, Doug. Yeah, I'm now on the 449600 repeater. Am I still breaking up? I don't know. I have to boost it back up to high power. The moon will be at perigee again on the 29th. It will be 227,341 miles from Earth. So not quite as close as the perigee on the 1st. Planetary highlights for January. Saturn is on display in the early evening sky this month, along with Uranus and Neptune, both within reach of binoculars. Jupiter dominates the night, reaching opposition on the 10th. The gas giant is the prime target for the month. The long winter nights offer lots of time to enjoy the view. Mercury continues its year-end showing through the new year, visible in the morning sky for a brief time. This excerpt is from Astronomy Magazine, July 2026, page 28. Let's see, on with the planets. We have Mercury will be at superior conjunction on the 21st, meaning that it will be behind the sun. It will be from us. It will be on the far side of the sun at that time. And let's see, Mercury is now rising about 7:20 a.m. of this week. After conjunction, Mercury returns to the evening sky, setting about 5:56 p.m. by month's end. Mercury is visible about 30 minutes before sunrise, low to the east, during the first 2 weeks of the month. Mercury moves from the constellation of Sagittarius into Capricornus, shining at magnitude minus 0.6 on the 1st. Quick tutorial on magnitudes. The magnitude scale is an inverse logarithmic scale, meaning that as the magnitudes increase, the relative brightness of an object decreases by a factor of about 2.5. So the higher the magnitude, the dimmer the object. The best that the human eye can see under optimal conditions is about 6th magnitude. Any magnitudes greater than 6, you will definitely need binoculars or a telescope to spot. Any magnitudes less than 6, you can view with the naked eye. However, definitely point those binoculars and telescopes into the skies and take a look at all the details you can see from the brighter objects for sure. Venus will be in superior conjunction on the 6th. That's today. So we're not going to see Venus for several weeks. Actually, we're not going to see, let's see, what am I looking at? Okay. Yeah, I got an issue with my program here that I'm looking at. They all have everything rising at 7:20 a.m. and that is not correct. So, including the sun and Mercury and the moon and Mars and Jupiter. So there's a glitch in my program. I forgot to, I sent them a text, but they never did respond, unfortunately. So something's going on. So I will carry on. Let's see. All right, I'm just going to go with the timings for the first here. Mercury is actually rising probably about 6:45 a.m. in the morning right now. Venus is rising with the sun right now. After conjunction, Venus will return to the evening sky, setting about 5:48 p.m. by month's end. Look for Venus low to the west about 30 minutes after sunset during the last 2 weeks of the month. Venus moves from the constellation of Sagittarius into Capricorn, shining at magnitude minus 3.9 on the 15th. And the Earth was at perihelion, its closest approach to the Sun this month, back on the 3rd. It was 91.4 million miles away from the Sun. We got Mars will be in conjunction with the Sun on the 9th. Mars is in the evening sky, setting about 4:45 p.m. This week. After conjunction, Mars returns to the morning sky, rising about 6:57 a.m. by month's end. Look for Mars low to the east in the morning about 30 minutes before sunrise during the last 2 weeks of the month. Mars moves from the constellation of Sagittarius into Capricorn, shining at magnitude 1.1. So Mars and Venus are now kind of trading places. So we'll see Mars in the morning and Venus in the evening during the last part of the month. Jupiter will be at opposition on the 10th, rising as the sun sets. Jupiter rises right now about 5 p.m. in the afternoon. Let's see. Look for Jupiter to the southeast in the evening, then follow it through the night sky as it sets in the early morning hours before dawn. Jupiter is in the constellation of Gemini, shining at magnitude minus 2.7. So Jupiter right now is at its best for the year when it hits opposition. So watch for Jupiter very early in the evening, and then you can see it rising there in the east. Definitely time to get out there with telescopes and check out the Galilean moons. And in particular, you may want to get out there very early in the morning, around 2 a.m. Mountain Time on January 10th, and you might be able to see Callisto and its shadow. They'll be right almost in line. Callisto's shadow and Callisto itself will almost converge on the planet's surface. So you'll have to stay up late for that particular occurrence, but interesting transit there of Callisto across the face of Jupiter. Continuing on, Saturn is setting about 10 p.m. this week. Look for Saturn to the southwest in the evening sky soon after sunset. Saturn moves from the constellation of Aquarius into Pisces, shining at magnitude 1.0. And then we have Uranus. Uranus is now setting about 3:45 a.m. This week. Look for Uranus to the south in the evening. Uranus is in the constellation of Taurus, shining at magnitude 5.7. So just on the verge of naked eye objectivity. So it'll be a little tough to spot from the city for sure. So still get out those binoculars and telescopes for that one. All right. Yeah, Mike, I saw your text. We got you checked in. KL7FR see your comment there as well, having some connectivity problems as well. And this is KI0AR net control for the Colorado Astronomy Net. Continuing, we got Neptune. Neptune is setting, just a few minutes after Saturn this week. So what did I say, about 10:15? So it's setting maybe, 10:20-ish, thereabouts. Look for Neptune to the southwest in the evening following Saturn by a few minutes all month. Neptune is in the constellation of Pisces, shining at magnitude 7.8. For our dwarf planets, we have Ceres setting about 11 p.m. this week. Ceres can be spotted low to the southwest, just below and east of Saturn and Neptune. Ceres is in the constellation of Cetus, shining at magnitude 9.0. And then we got Pluto will be in conjunction with the Sun on the 23rd. So, for all intents and purposes, Pluto is way too close to the Sun to be spotted. Way to be spotted all month, and we'll probably have to wait at least until the end of next month to spot Pluto again. Pluto will make its rounds around the opposite side of the Sun. After conjunction, Pluto will return to the morning sky, rising about 6:58 a.m. by month's end. Pluto is lost in the Sun's twilight glow all month and is not visible. Pluto is in the constellation of Capricorn, shining at magnitude 15.2. Meteor showers. All right. Hopefully some of you guys got out to see the meteor showers over the weekend, or towards the end of last, over the weekend. The quadrantids. This shower is generally visible between December 28th and January 7th, with a very sharp maximum of 45 to 200 meteors per hour occurring during January 3rd and 4th. The meteors tend to be bluish and possess an average magnitude of about 2.8. Unfortunately, you had to contend with the full moon, so you definitely didn't see 200 meteors. You just saw just the brightest ones for that particular maximum for the quadrantids. But I'd love to hear your observation reports if you did get out there and see some of those over the weekend. We do have a couple of comets. Comet 24P Shamas rises just before midnight, passing through the constellation of Coma Berenices, Virgo, and Bootes in the early morning hours before dawn. Comet Shamas shines around 8th magnitude, but may dim to about 12th magnitude by month's end, making it much more difficult to spot. It is passing through the Virgo cluster of galaxies, though, so if you happen to be looking in that direction and miss the comet, definitely take advantage and check out some of the galaxies that are in that region of the sky. So not all is lost if you missed that one. We do have Comet C2004 E1 Wirtschos is visible for observers south of the equator this month, rising in the evening twilight after mid-month. Comet Wirtschos reaches perihelion on the 20th and may brighten to greater than 5th magnitude, so making it a naked eye object in the southern hemisphere. So if you happen to be traveling south, you may want to check out that one. And let's see, and that is it for the local astronomical news. This is KI0AR, net control for the Colorado Astronomy Net. Saw a few more people pop up here on NetLogger and YouTube. So I want to welcome them on as well. There we go. Let me get those in there. Mike, KL7FR, thanks for checking in tonight. David, WE8M, thanks for checking in tonight. Ed, W6RDZ, thanks for checking in tonight. KF0SZC, Frank, thanks for checking in tonight. And John, W2JLS, thanks for checking in tonight. We got a couple more over there on NetLogger, so thanks for that. We got Robert, AA5AH, thanks for checking in tonight. And Moy, N5ZIQ, thanks for checking in tonight. And thanks for the update over there on YouTube, Jack. Solid copy into the 449600, I'll remember that. Anyone else listening over on YouTube that doesn't have a call sign, if you could post your first name and location. I don't see anybody that's popping up there, but if you're listening, definitely love to have you check in for the numbers. This is one of the few nets where your check-in does count as I send those numbers off to JPL. So I do appreciate that. In fact, I have to wrap up my numbers for last year and send them in as well, so they can get a good count. But definitely, all check-ins are appreciated and they count. So there you go. I'll go ahead and pause here for any more check-ins over the air. If I have not acknowledged you, then I definitely want to say hey to you and get you on the list. Anyone else wishing to check into tonight's Colorado Astronomy Net, please call with your call sign phonetically twice. Okay, we'll look for check-ins a little bit later on. We'll get into the bulletins for this evening. I'll start off as usual with ISS passes. If you're interested in ISS passes over your local area, you may want to check out this particular website, www.heavens-above.com. That's www.heavens-above.com. The one reason I recommend this is I can look at the particular time of a particular pass, and let me see. It looks like the ISS is now returned to the evening sky for the Denver area, so that's good news. I'm not too crazy about getting up at 5, 6 o'clock in the morning anymore, but I can click on a particular pass of interest and pull up a nice 8.5 by 11 star chart, and I am now displaying that over on YouTube, and you can print that out and take that outside. You can doodle on it, you can drop it on the ground, and hopefully it won't break. Things like that. So you can see the path of the ISS through the sky, through the particular constellations, especially the brighter stars as it's passing over. So I do recommend that for sure. And again, that website, www.heavens-above.com. And I'll show what that 8.5 by 11 sheet looks like over on YouTube for there as well. So yeah, all you see right now is the picture, but I'll show you the actual printout over there. Okay, there we go. This is the actual star chart of a particular pass, and so you can take that outside and check it out. But I do recommend you learn how to read a star chart to begin with, so those can be a little tricky. All right, that's it for that bulletin. Roy, we got you on the list. KI7PKL, thanks for checking in tonight via NetLogger. All right, Mary, good to see you over there on YouTube, VA3AOA. Thanks for checking in tonight. I think I got those. I'll try to acknowledge you as I see them pop up here. I'll continue on with the bulletins. Got a short one tonight, kind of interesting. I was just looking around for something from a different perspective. This from phys.org, dated today. Okay, RKL. Well, I've already acknowledged you. Okay, Rick, I got you in and out, no worries. Same with you, Dave. Thanks for letting me know. New census of Sun's neighbors reveals best potential real estate for life. A new study led by a Georgia State University astronomy graduate student is a major step forward in the search for stars that could host Earth-like planets that may prove to be good havens for life to develop. Sebastian Carrasco Gaxiola shared the results at the January 2026 meeting of the American Astronomical Society in Phoenix, Arizona. This survey marks the first comprehensive look at thousands of the Sun's lower mass cousins. Carrasco Gazziola said, these stars, known as K dwarfs, are commonly found throughout space, and they provide a long-term stable environment for their planetary companions. Survey details and observational methods. Carrasco Gazziola survey focuses on over 2,000 stars that are closer than 130 light years from Earth. The observations are precise measurements of the spectra or rainbow of the colors emitted by these stars. Okay, my apologies for that. We're having some issues tonight. The observations were made with state-of-the-art spectrographs on the SMART's 60-inch mirror telescope at the Cerro Tololo Inter-American Observatory in the Chilean Andes and on the same-sized Tillinghast telescope at the Fred Lawrence Whipple Observatory in southern Arizona. Together, these two telescopes located in opposite hemispheres allow observations of K dwarfs across the full sky. The Chiron spectrograph on the SMART telescope in Chile and the TRES spectrograph on the Tillinghast telescope in Arizona are such complementary instruments, said Alison Birlia, an astronomer at the Center for Astrophysics, Harvard-Smithsonian. The power of having these two telescopes in opposite hemispheres is that it gives us access to all the K-dwarfs across the entire sky. K-dwarfs and their significance. Stars come in a wide range of temperatures and masses, and the K-dwarf group is slightly cooler and fainter than the Sun, but there are about 2 times as many K-dwarfs compared to Sun-like stars in the solar neighborhood, our region in space. They also have much longer lives than Sun-like stars. Any life forms emerging on planets around K-dwarfs will enjoy sustaining starshine almost indefinitely. Careful analysis of the measurements provides astronomers with estimates of the star's temperature, age, spin rate, and space motion. In addition, certain colors probe the existence of heated upper layers in the star that are energized by stellar magnetic fields. All of these factors are critical to the environments experienced by planets orbiting the stars. Future implications and presentation details. This survey will be the foundation for studies of nearby stars for decades to come, said distinguished university professor of physics and astronomy Todd Henry, who serves as Carrasco-Gaziola's advisor and is a senior author on the study. These stars and their planets will be the destinations for spacecraft exploration in the far future of space travel. Carrasco-Gaziola's survey, entitled An All-Sky Spectroscopic Reconnaissance of More Than 2,100 K-dwarfs Within 40 Parsecs Using High-Resolution Spectra, is being presented at a press conference at the American Astronomical Society meeting January 6. The presentation features new, unpublished findings that were selected for the AAS press conference due to their broad scientific interest. And that's it for that bulletin. This is KI0AR Net Control for the Colorado Astronomy Net. And good evening to you, Paul, KO4WCX. Thanks for checking in tonight. All right. Now's the time for the rocket report. I'm going to call on Ed, W6RDZ. I think he sent me a text early. Let's see. Okay, I know he's out there monitoring. Ed, W6RDZ, are you monitoring, able to transmit? If not, I will go ahead and give the rocket report. You can let me know. Go ahead. This is KI0AR Net Control for the Colorado Astronomy Net. KE0VH, can I get a radio check? Or let's see, you posted over there on YouTube, so I know you're watching there. But if you could give me a signal report, I did get a from Moy down in Texas, getting about 60% of the transmission. I don't know whether I'm coming in solid or broken there. If someone can post in NetLogger or give me a radio check, I'd appreciate it. This is KI0AR. Anyone over on YouTube? I know you can hear me on YouTube, but if anybody monitoring the radio over on YouTube, if you can hear me, let me know. I didn't get any response over the air, so I'm wondering what's going on. This is KI0AR Net Control for the Colorado Astronomy Net. This is KI0AR Net Control for the Colorado Astronomy Net. Doug, thanks for that. 5.9 on the 449.625. In fact, I switched over to that. Am I 5.9 still on the 449.625? I just switched over to that repeater. Go ahead. All right, let's see. Rip, K3, let's see, Paul. Yeah, I acknowledge you, Paul. Rip, we got you on the list. K3XO, thanks for checking in tonight. Yeah, terrifically clear on YouTube. There you go. Not surprised there. All right, Frank, appreciate that. All right, this is KI0AR Net Control for the Colorado Astronomy Net. I'll go ahead with the rocket report for this evening. Courtesy of the Rocket Man Ed, W6RDZ's rocket report for the 6th of January. This rocket report covers December 30th, 2025 through the January 13th. Last week's launches. Last week we saw only 3 orbital launches, all SpaceX Falcon 9s. We made it through the year-end launch frenzy and into the new year launch doldrums. The year 2025 ended with 323 orbital launches for the year. Successful launch after 2 scrubs. We were hoping for 324 launches in 2026, but CSG-3, which had been rescheduled for December 31st, pushed again and did not launch until Friday, January 2nd. Instead of being the last launch of 2025, it was the first launch of 2026. SpaceX successfully launched the CSG-3 mission on Falcon 9 from SLC-4E Vandenberg. CSG-3 is the 3rd satellite of the CSG or Cosmos SkyMed Italian constellation of small satellites in sun-synchronous orbit. The satellites are for Mediterranean basin observations and is a program of the Italian Space Agency. It was booster B1081's 21st flight, and the satellite flew to sun-synchronous orbit. On Saturday, January 3rd at 23:48 Mountain Standard Time, SpaceX successfully launched Starlink Group 6-88 on a Falcon 9 from SLC-40 Cape Canaveral Space Force Base, Florida. 29 Starlink version 2 minis were sent to LEO, low Earth orbit, on a brand new Falcon 9 booster. It was B1101's maiden flight. Okay, looks like the report is missing launch 3. So we'll have to get back to Ed if he checks in. All right. If anybody can post over on NetLogger how my signal is coming through, I'd appreciate it while I'm working on this. Next week, just 5 launches are on the docket, 4 SpaceX and 1 Indian. On Thursday, January 8th at 11:29 Mountain Standard Time, SpaceX is scheduled to launch Starlink Group 6-96 from SLC-40 Cape Canaveral. On Saturday, January 10th at 11:34 Mountain Standard Time, SpaceX is scheduled to launch Starlink Group 6-97 from SLC-40 Cape Canaveral Space Force Base. Sunday, January 11th, SpaceX is on the manifest to launch Twilight, Pandora, and others, departing Vandenberg Space Force Base and heading to Sun synchronous orbit on a Falcon 9 rideshare mission. Pandora is a NASA smallsat designed to characterize exoplanet atmospheres and their host stars. Twilight is a rideshare mission to a dawn-dusk Sun synchronous orbit above Earth's terminator, giving the satellites continuous exposure to sunlight. All right. Right, Sunday, January 11th, India's Space Research Organization, ISRO, plans to launch the EOS-N1 and others mission on a PSLV-DL rocket from the Satish Dhawan Space Center, India. The EOS-N1 is a small Earth observation satellite for Indian strategic users. The mission will carry 18 other rideshare payloads to SSO. I'll have to look at what SSO is, but it's a type of orbit. Rounding out next week's SpaceX launch of Starlink Group 6-98 is expected to head to LEO from SLC-40 Cape Canaveral, Florida on a Falcon 9 booster B-1085's 13th flight at 11:28 Mountain Standard Time. And here's some news. Starship update. SpaceX continues preparations in Starbase at Boca Chica, Texas for Starship Flight 12 this month. Ship 39 is slated to launch atop Booster 19. The first flight of the version 3 variant. No date is set yet, but we will keep you posted. 2025 launch year in review. 2025 was another record-breaking year in spaceflight. It followed the trend since 2020, with every year bigger and better. 2025 had 323 orbital launch attempts and 317 successes. This compares to only 253 successful orbital launches in 2024, or a 28% increase in total launch cadence over the last year. This year saw 8 manned orbital flights with 28 space travelers and 7 suborbital manned flights with 42 suborbital travelers. For practical and historical reasons, the yearly tally of orbital launches by country assigns each flight to the country of origin of the rocket. Okay, thanks for posting comments over on NetLogger there on the signal ports. It may be that I'm holding the repeater a little bit too long, and it could be overheating. So I'm going to try some shorter transmissions. Actually, we're almost done with the rocket report. Okay, here we go. For practical and historical reasons, the yearly tally of orbital launches by country assigns each flight to the country of origin of the rocket, not to the launch services provider or the spaceport. For example, Electron rockets launched from the Mahia Peninsula in New Zealand are counted under the United States because Electron is an American rocket company. The United States is the first place and credited with 198 orbital launches, 170 SpaceX, 21 Rocket Lab. China is in second place with 93 orbital launches, a huge increase over last year's 68. Russia launched only 17. 5 for India, 4 each for France and Japan, 3 for Italy, 2 for South Korea, 1 each for Australia, Iran, and South Korea. And that's it for tonight's Rocket Report. W6RDZ Rocket Man Ed wishes you a happy new year, a good night, and nominal flight. Now back to Starman Burness KI0AR Net Control for the Colorado Astronomy Net. Okay, Patrick, thanks for that. Patrick is just, NT9A is just checking in tonight, so thanks for that, Patrick. And thanks for your comments as well. All right, this is KI0AR Net Control for the Colorado Astronomy Net. Now's the time for, let's see, I'm going to go ahead and pause here for any other questions. All right, so I don't know what's going on with the radio system tonight. Breakups all over. And I'll switch back and try a little higher power over on the wires X side again. This is KI0AR QSY. Maybe I have to check my antenna. We'll see. All right, this is KI0AR Net Control for the Colorado Astronomy Net. Don't know whether this helped or not. Would like to see the comments just in case. I'll go ahead and see if there are any more check-ins before I go down the net. Anyone else wishing to check into tonight's Colorado Astronomy Net, please call with your call sign phonetically twice. All right, I heard a broken signal in there and got no copy. So try again. Anybody else wishing to check into tonight's Colorado Astronomy Net? Oh, wait a second. Let's see. Did I get you, Ken? Did I get you on the list? Yeah, I did. Okay. Anybody else wishing to check in to tonight's Colorado Astronomy Net, please call with your call sign phonetically twice. Apologies. Apologies there. My reception is very broken as well. So I know you're out there trying to check in. Um, if you have NetLogger, pop up over on NetLogger. Um, okay, Rick Redack. Yeah, okay, gotcha. I'm pretty sure it's the repeater. I've been on 3 different repeaters already, so I'm not exactly sure. It may be the system itself. And we're, there's intermittent over on Echo Link as well. So hit or miss. Welcome to amateur radio. So I don't know what's going on with the system. Hopefully. Yeah, let's see. Did I get you on the list, Chad? Let me make sure. Yeah, you're on the list somewhere. It just came up as a duplicate there. We got you on there. And W9EAA, we got you. Marty, thanks for checking in tonight. And let's see, Rick, all right. Yeah, solid copy over on YouTube there. So if you want to hear it all, you can certainly hop over to there. Yeah, all right. Oh, joy. I don't know what's going on, guys, but we'll try this anyway. Let me get there. Rick Redack, thanks for checking in tonight. We got you on the list. Thanks for that. Let's see. Now's the time for everyone else to, let's see, if you're not able to check in over the air, if you have NetLogger, pull that up. If you have YouTube, pull that up and say hey and give me your call sign over on YouTube, or send me an email, ki0ar@ki0ar.com, and just let me know you're out there. And right now I'm looking over there. I don't see anyone checking in via email. All right, I do recommend. There's solid copy over on YouTube, so if you want to listen to the whole net, pull up Colorado Astronomy Net over on YouTube and listen to the net at your leisure for this week. I do appreciate that. All right, now's the time for everyone else to contribute to the net. First on the list tonight is Doug. K0, let's see, Doug can only listen. So, Doug, I appreciate your comments over there on monitoring, helping us out over on NetLogger and YouTube. So, Doug, appreciate it. K0ATP, appreciate your comments, appreciate you checking in tonight. Jack, KE0VH, also saw your posts over on YouTube, but I know you're on the radio, at least I hope you are. What have you got for us tonight, Jack? Go ahead.
Bruce, good evening. Good to have everybody on the net. And yeah, I'm not sure what's going on with 449-450. We'll have to let the RMRL folks know. But anyway, yeah, I'm going to be doing a live stream tomorrow night. Probably going to be doing some Caribbean ops. I've been gone for the past 4 days, 5 days actually. Went down through Texas and was in El Paso and Las Vegas, New Mexico, and who knows where our repeaters may expand. It's good to have the repeater on the air in Albuquerque. I got to use that a little bit, and that was fun. So anyway, other than that, folks can maybe join me tomorrow evening on my YouTube channel if they'd like it at 6:30 Mountain Time. Don't know the exact airports that we'll be flying in and out of, but we'll see. Probably down to like Kingston, Jamaica, or somewhere in the Caribbean there. Anyway, have a good night, Bertus 7-3. Good evening from KE0VH in Wheat Ridge. 730.
All right, Jack, you may want to check the temperatures down in the Caribbean for your flight tomorrow. It might be warmer here in Denver. Who knows? With the summer-like weather we've had the last couple of weeks. Jack, if you could do me a favor, if you have NetLogger, pop over there and check out the AIM window for a lot of signal report comments that you may want to take a look at or copy, or at least let Skylar know what may be going on. I don't know, but there's a lot of good comments over there with what's been happening tonight, at least on signal reports, percentage-wise, things like that. Echolink, All-Star nodes, various. Flipping over, I'm on the Morrison repeater right now, 449.625. Right now, hopefully that's coming through. All right, Jack, appreciate your comments, appreciate you checking in tonight. Next on the list is Ken, NB7SS. Good evening to you, Ken. What have you got for the net tonight? Go ahead.
Okay, Bertus, NV7SS here in Indian Springs, Nevada. I click call me there. I switched over to YouTube, and I can't. It's totally unreadable on the All-Star node. But anyway, there, Bertus. Not much observation going on here. It's been cloudy every night, and too cold to go out anyway. The daybreak there, you can see it there. You can see it through the clouds, but that's about it. So anyway, there, Bertus. Thanks for being there. Sorry about it's a mess, I'll tell you. But anyway, YouTube is clear. And no breakups on it. So anyway, take care, and we'll see you down the line there, Bertus. Thanks for being there, and hope you're having a fantastic New Year, other than the radio tonight. 7SS, thanks again for being there.
Right from KE0VH.
All right, Jack, go ahead. This is KI0AR.
I'd just like to remind everybody with their signal reports while they're appreciated. Remember, guys, this is all internet linked. Who knows how many hops something may be taking in between what's going into Bertus's microphone or my microphone, or how many internet hops it may be taking, whether or not there might actually be something radio going on. Remember, we're not FM broadcast stations here. Just we're just trying to communicate. So I figure, for the most part, if the communication gets across, it's good. But just remember, how the internet works. It's very complicated. These are all fairly complicated systems. And who knows where some drops may or may not be occurring, how many hops something has to take. Just for instance, give everybody this real quick lesson. I am talking into a handy talkie now on one of the repeaters. So that repeater is a wire 6 repeater. It goes into the system. and it goes through wherever the Yaesu servers are, comes back out the other Wires X repeater, and then gets translated into our YSF network by another radio link. That then is sent over the internet to the main SkyUplink hub, which then is, the process is just reversed essentially, and sometimes coded and codec to come out an analog all-star repeater, which once again is to get its information from the internet. So just remember, there's a whole lot of hops here. Everything may not be all the time crystal clear and unbroken, but as long as we can communicate, that's the main thing. And, you know, used to in the past, we didn't have all these repeaters connected and providing the connection that they do. So I just want to remind everybody about that as they're making signal reports, and not to necessarily, you know, understand that, you know, it's a pretty complicated setup, and I think overall we're pretty fortunate that it works as well as it does. But anyway, there you go. Just wanted to put that out there to everybody, Bernice. So, you know, kind of think about the whole process there too, and what may be happening, and it may or may not be something we can chase now. Anyway, Bernice, there you go. Very good. Thanks very much. I just thought I'd give everybody a little clarification there. KE0VH, thank you very much.
All right, Jack, thanks for that. And Jack, do I recall that there's a TechNet that's going to start up on Wednesday nights? Is that correct? From our last meeting of you and I and the other guys on the board, is that another TechNet going to start up again?
You know, Bernice, it was voted on and approved, so I guess we'll just wait for Bucky and see. But as far as I know, I believe he was wanting to start that after the first of the year, so we'll see what happens here. I'm glad you reminded me. I've been so busy I hadn't really thought of what's going on there. But anyway, there you go. We'll see. That'll be great. I'm sure it'll be a very good thing. KI0AR, KE0VH.
All right, Jack. Yeah, thanks for the explanation there. And yeah, I was receiving some choppy signal. Yours was solid. I was receiving some choppy signals as well. So, like I say, who's hopping through what? I do appreciate the SkyHub Link system for sure. Having been local for so many years, just the Denver area, and only having seven check-ins max, or plus or minus. And now I've got all these different ways. I've already got 25 people on this list tonight, so more than triple the check-ins around the world, at least partially for sure. Scotland and Canada and we haven't heard our fellows down under lately, but they're out there as well. And I've got 30 countries that have connected to the SkyHub Link system from around the world. So it turned the Colorado Astronomy Net from a local net to a global net, and so. And you guys know, if you've worked amateur radio, how much it is to go from local to global when your communications there. So, fantastic. All right, Jack, we'll hop off our soapboxes there, and definitely when that TechNet does start up, I'll definitely announce that on the net here, and check that out. You get a much better explanation on how things work from Bucky for sure. So we'll look forward to that net on Wednesdays. I think that's when we started to do that. Ken, don't want to forget you. Appreciate your comments. Appreciate you checking in tonight. This is KI0AR Net Control for the Colorado Astronomy Net. Several YouTube check-ins over there. If you've got anything you'd like to pass along, any observational reports or anything you'd like to pass along to the net, just put it over in the chat and I'll pass it along there as well. Stephen, KM6VAY, up in Fort Collins. We got Mike in Oklahoma, KO5AOK, and Graham, MM1DEA in Scotland, over there on YouTube. If you've got anything over there you'd like to post, go ahead and I'll pass that along. And I do appreciate your guys' comments and checking in tonight. We'll go down to Texas now. And Jose, KJ5MEL. Good evening to you, Jose. What have you got for the net tonight? Go ahead. All right, next on the list is Chad in Highlands Ranch, KF0UUC. Good evening to you, Chad. What have you got for the net tonight? Go ahead.
No traffic, nothing specific tonight. Just appreciate the fact that got here. Thank you. Thanks for the night.
All right, Chad. Yeah, yeah. I see you're in Highlands Ranch too. That's where I'm at as well. So thanks for your comments and appreciate you checking in tonight. Let's see. JC, KE6FKB. Let's see. Is still monitoring over on NetLogger. Let's see. Again, JC, welcome to the Colorado Astronomy Net. Love to hear you over the air. And welcome to the ham bands as well. And welcome to ham radio. Interesting stuff tonight, for sure. KE6FKB, go ahead, please. Next on the list is Mark in Crook, KF0VXO. Good evening to you, Mark. What have you got for the net tonight? Go ahead. And Stan, VE3PSE, thanks for checking in tonight. Let's see, got you on the list. Next, let's see, Rick, VA3RKL, appreciate you checking in tonight. Yeah, you checked in and out. Next on the list, Mike up in Alaska, KL7FR. Good evening to you, Mike. What have you got for the net tonight? Go ahead. All right, next on the list, let's see. I got a text from Ed. He's probably working tonight, but we'll just check anyway. He's out there monitoring. Ed, W6RDZ. Let's see, what have you got for us tonight, Ed? Go ahead.
All right, W6RD good. Yeah, I'm working late tonight, so I can't stop and chat. I did hear you get the rocket report out. I want to thank you for that. Thanks for the opportunity to contribute. This is W6RD Zenith, back to net.
All right, Ed, great to hear you, and thanks for the rocket report. I got to make a few corrections on it before I've already published it, but I'll republish with a few minor corrections. No worries there. But I always appreciate all the work that you put into it as well, so thanks for that. And Frank on YouTube, I see your post there, KF0 SZC up in Minnesota. Frank reports over on YouTube. No more observations, but I've been really interested in the Sea Stars series and saw that they released a new model over the holidays, the S30 Pro, with the same optics but a much more improved sensor that now records at 4K. I'm holding out for a larger objective that I hear may be coming but at least the 50 millimeter S50 to get the Pro treatment sensor wise. So, all right, Frank, appreciate you posting over there and let me let everybody know. So I'm glad you're getting some use out of that. I looked those up. Nice Christmas presents for sure. So thanks for checking. Thanks for your comments over there on YouTube, Frank, and thanks for checking in tonight. Next on the list over John, W2JLS. Over on YouTube listening in. Hopefully you're on the air too, because you can usually get over there as well. What have you got for us tonight, John? Go ahead. All right, John, always appreciate you having you on there, and backup for the net control there as well. So I will be needing one of those backups come May. John, appreciate you checking in tonight. Next, Robert down in Texas, AA5AH. Good evening to you, John. Robert, what have you got for the net tonight? Go ahead. Yeah, we may be having some. I got some of those issues with the Echo Links and All Star nodes for sure. Next on the list is Moy down in Texas, N5ZIQ. Good evening to you, Moy. What have you got for the net tonight? Go ahead.
Good evening, Curtis. Thanks, sir. Just enjoying a night in Houston. We're kind of still in the 68-degree range right now. So starting to get another foggy evening here closing in, and it's going to be closing off the observational activities here shortly. But did get a look at Jupiter. I think it was yesterday, and that's in the eastern sky here above us, sitting at about, I think, about 30 to 40 degrees or so elevation, and kind of enjoying that one. The moon, very nice, as we had our super moon, a wolf moon as well, I believe. And as I recall, it was 230 something thousand miles. So that qualifies, I think, as a super moon. But just enjoy the event here tonight. Thank you so much for having me, sir. This is N5 Q1 down here in Houston, Texas. I'll be safe.
All right, Moy, appreciate your comments and appreciate you checking in tonight. At least I'm getting out. There you go. All right. I'm glad you got some observations in as well. And yeah, that was the what classifies that as a supermoon. It is within 10% of the perigee, and it was within that. And perigee was just a couple of days before the supermoon. And last month's, the perigee was at the same time of the full moon, so it was at perigee, so there you go. All right, that was the best for last year. We won't have more supermoons coming up until the end of the year. Next on the list is Roy up in Oregon, KI7PKL. Good evening to you, Roy. What have you got for the net tonight? Go ahead. All right, Mary up in Ontario, VE3AOA, checked in and out and said howdy to everybody, and she had to check out, but I do appreciate her checking in as well. Next on the list is, let's see, this is KI0AR Net Control for the Colorado Astronomy Net. Next is on the list is Paul, North Carolina, KO4YC. Excuse me, KO4WCX. Good evening to you, Paul. What have you got for the net tonight? Go ahead.
Spotty here, so I don't have a whole lot of traffic tonight. So check in, say hello, wish everyone a happy new year. We've been staring at the bottom of clouds for about a week now, unfortunately. But I'm hopeful that in the next few days, the moon now has passed full, things will get clear skies over here in North Carolina. Anyway, all the very best to everyone. Happy New Year. Back next week.
All right, Paul. Hopefully, it'll get clear for you to do some winter observing. Appreciate your comments. Appreciate you checking in tonight. Next on the list is Rip in West Virginia, K3XO. Good evening to you, Rip. What have you got for the net tonight? Go ahead.
Thanks for keeping that going. I always enjoy listening. I always learn something, and that's a good thing, especially at my age. So I will keep. When it gets a little warmer, I might even drag the telescope, but anyway, Happy New Year to all. Back to that K3XO.
All right, Rip. Always good to hear you. For sure. Yeah, we was a little broken, but we've been dealing with that all night. But got most of that, and I'm actually finding that I'm receiving better over on our analog K1DUN repeater, receiving better of the those of you who are either on All-Star or Echolink tonight. So I'm flipping flipping frequencies tonight. Luckily, I can do that on the fly with this rig, so that's kind of nice. But Rip, appreciate your comments and appreciate you checking in tonight. Let's see. Next, let's see. Patrick, NT9A, was checking in and out. So we'll go down to Marty up in Iowa. W9EAA. Good evening to you, Marty. What have you got for the net tonight? Go ahead. All right, next on the list is Stan up in Ontario, VE3PSE. Good evening to you, Stan. What have you got for the net tonight? Go ahead.
Okay, Ernest, everybody on frequency. Happy New Year to you and everybody. Yeah, great to hear the dance again on tonight. It was a little bit busy over the last little while. And to get back on the last full moon was kind of neat. In February, we had a kind of like ice crystals. We had a moon dog around that one. And I'm hoping to be able to get some pictures of that eventually. I know with the next iPhone, you can get good pictures. And then I noticed Science Alert, and I know I heard this story, but I guess they're looking at it a little bit more. Fall lightning in Alberta caught on a nice video, actually. I'll post it on the Ames window. And it really is kind of interesting. It looks like about 2 meters in diameter, and it occurred after a lightning strike. So there's still a lot of debate over whether it actually was fall lightning or not. Yeah, it looks pretty impressive. Anyways, I'll post it on the window. Thanks very much for running the net, Bernard. Hope you have a good evening. 7-3 to everybody on frequency. This is the Victor Echo 6 Pop here at Kelowna, Sudbury, about 5 hours north of Toronto. Passing it back to you, sir. Back to 1912.
All right, Stan. Let's see. Appreciate your comments and appreciate you checking in tonight. And if you want to send me that link, that'd be kind of neat to see that. Appreciate that. All right, this is KI0AR Net Control for the Colorado Astronomy Net. I've reached the bottom of the list and still got a little bit more time. And I definitely understand if you don't want to fight. There's the link. Ball lightning in Alberta. Stan just posted that link. I'm going to see if I can copy that. And I'll post that over on YouTube. So there's Stan's ball lightning link that I just post over there. But right now, I'll go ahead and open up the net. Anybody else? Questions, comments, late check-ins before I go ahead and wrap up the net for this evening. If you are a late check-in, please call with your call sign phonetically twice. Anybody else? Questions, comments, late check-ins before I wrap up for this evening. Please call KI0AR now.
Your friends that I see with follow-up.
N5 CIQ Moy. This is KI0AR. Go ahead.
Hi, Ernest. Just wanted to ask you a question. Well, it's not clear, but viewing, how is it possible to view any Apollo mission remnants that still may exist on the moon's surface? It's not possible to use Hubble. It doesn't look at an image. It's possible that you could use James Webb, which has been orbit around the sun, or is it better to use probably a very large space telescope here? I don't think we have the resolution to do that. You know anything about that, sir? In fact, more than that.
Moy, good question. Good question. I don't know. Well, I do know how to answer that, but don't know if it's true or not. But I don't think I would want to point the James Webb telescope at the moon either, especially since it views in the infrared. So just think of how bright the moon would be in infrared. So anything on the surface is still going to be, in bright sunlight for both, for Hubble or James Webb either. I don't think they really want to point at the moon. Yeah, I don't think anything earthbound would be able to see any of the larger stuff, the landing or the bases of the Apollo things. However, I do believe some satellites have imaged those landing spots. So you might want to check on the NASA website and maybe post that same question, or do a search. I think there have been some satellites that have imaged the landing sites on the moon, but those were orbiting satellites around the moon. So you could try that out.
Back, yeah, I kind of thought that that would be an effective way to see that. There's, I have been able to tell there are no land-based telescopes here on Earth that are large enough and or be able to produce the correct resolution through the lunar interference, let's say, to be able to see any of those eight sites where there are still today, present day today, there are still, enough man-made residues, let's say, or tools, lunar modules, etc. So they're still over there. It's just a matter of how the heck would anybody see that? I don't know. Anytime that I don't know, just thinking about it, crosses my mind.
All right, Moy. Yeah, 6 sites for sure. um, and hopefully there'll be more sites up there as well. We've got the Chinese sites on the backside. We definitely won't see those, but I think there's some other stuff as well. But yeah, the 6 Apollo sites. I think some of them may have been imaged with other satellites orbiting the moon at that time. Yeah, we just don't have, it's the that stuff that's called atmosphere here on Earth until we can get above that with other scopes. I don't think either the Hubble nor the JWST would be good for looking at something that bright and that close, for sure, with either of those 2 instruments. But that's my 2 cents worth. All right. Well, I appreciate that. All right. This is KI0AR Net Control for the Colorado Astronomy Net. Anybody else? Questions, comments, late check-ins before I go ahead and wrap up the net for this evening? Please call KI0AR now. All right, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up the net for this evening. I'd like to thank the 25 check-ins for checking in tonight, so I do appreciate that. All the people that are out there listening on YouTube and listening here and putting up with everything. And now you know why from Jack's explanation of what may be going on. We really don't know. There's just so much complicated in that system. And just a sec. One more check. I was going to check spaceweather.com. No flares today, but it could be solar activity. but could always be that, especially with lately with our auroral activity that is affecting just not just the amateur radio bands, but internet and things like that, communications all the way around. So that could be an explanation. I'm just guessing there, but right now I'm going to go ahead and thank the 25 check-ins. Hopefully we'll hear from everybody next Tuesday night for another session of the Colorado Astronomy Net. I'd like to thank the Rocky Mountain Radio League for the use of their repeater systems as well. I'd like to thank the Skyhub Link Skyhub Link system of repeaters. Yeah, I was listening over on the Squirrel Mountain repeater, their chat. So I switched back. Maybe that was overheating or whatever. I don't know. But definitely appreciate the Skyhub Link system of repeaters and internet connections as well for checking in tonight. So with that, I'll say Happy New Year. And keep looking up. This is KI0AR. I'm clear.